Hola, soy Julio Cesar Chavez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Weekend, Queen Victoria Market, not Queensberry Rules Market. I'm going to start over. I had it. This Saturday, Queen Victoria Market. Just mention the word gelato, and FightNet Radio preferred gelato supplier and undisputed, undefeated, undeniable champion of gelato in the Southern Hemisphere will give you free gelato at Geloso Gelateria. Yeah.
You sound like Rocky.
Yo, you should be eating the ice cream made with the milk, yo.
The director was on. Is he fucking reading the card?
Yo.
He sounded like the guy that announces the monster truck. It's like Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. I feel like I need Rocky and the Hurricane in the background, right? Sunday. Look at what Sam wrote. God bless his heart for writing this one. I mean, this is a Sam work of art this time. Just get down to the Queen Victoria Market, not the Queensberry Rules Market. Just mention Geloso Gelateria and FightNet Radio's preferred gelato supplier and undisputed, undefeated, unified gelato making champion of the Southern Hemisphere. Thank you. Saturday, be there. Hi, everyone. Welcome to FightNet Radio. Leonard, Andrew Labouche, Miguel Antonio Barragon. We are here to bring you the wonderful world of boxing. We have 50 minutes to bring it to you because Andrew's on a schedule. Miguel is not. I ate an entire chicken parm earlier, and I'm just ready to pass out. And I still have to record another show tonight. So let's get to it. It's Saturday. Be there for Gelato Mania.
Brother.
Brother. Oh, yeah. What you gonna do when Sam Navajero runs wild on you? Thanks. Let's get started. Right out of the gate, we're using Fight News. Fuck everybody's updates. Let's do we really care about anybody's updates? Do we really?
No,
I mean,
nothing new, Lee. Very good.
Let's just cut to the chase. Chaka Kalito.
Hey, wait a minute. Cut to the
yeah.
chase.
You want to start before Chaka Kalito?
Lee, Marvelous Marvin Hagler passed away this week, bro. I don't think anything goes above that. That's not the main story. That is the story. That's the opening story, the ending story.
All right. Okay, let's start right there with the marvelous one, Marvin Hagler. Who
you
Andrew
said you
swears,
were. Yeah.
I did. Where did I say that? Was there a meeting that I was at that I forgot about?
All
right, let's start right there. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the man who got completely fucked over by Sugar Ray Leonard, who should put a bullet in his own head today, as the man who fucked over Hagler and ended his career.
Well, Leonard did. Hey, to his defense, Lee, he did come out and say if the win to Hagler would bring him back, he'd give it up right now. So give Leonard that much.
You know what? Here's what I know about Sugar Ray Leonard. There's no way I fucking
it takes his death for him to be like, oh, okay, yeah, he won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. You're
very classy. Very
I wish
classy,
I could bring him back. You know what? I would give up my win over him if I just bring him back. And I
leave it up to you two. Leave it up to you two to twist anything up, man. Here you guys trying to do a good thing, and there you two go.
Because we've talked to Sugar Ray Leonard. I don't know if you have. I've talked to Sugar Ray Leonard. So I know this for a fucking fact about the dude. There is no way he's giving up that win over Hagler, even in Hagler's death.
Well, he said it only if he brought him back, Lee. You forgot that part. You gotta resurrect him somehow.
All right, are we talking a healthy Hagler, or are we talking a zombified Hagler? Like, where do we really?
Oh, that is good, huh? Yeah, they could have got a pulse. Maybe he gets the win. But that's not where this wants. See how fucked up you guys made this? Did you?
It's gonna be a eulogy. He's gonna be like, I still won. All right.
Hi everyone. If this is your first time listening to Fight Net Radio, that's a full in-your-face throttle hot take on Sugar Ray Leonard. fucking over Marvin Hagler, even in death. Well, if he came back, I'd change the scorecards myself. Sure you would, dude.
Yeah.
Sure you would. And I'd give him all my money, too. Sure you would, buddy. Sure you would. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the greatest middleweight of all time. Let's be honest. A true middleweight, a champion middleweight, and a guy who I personally think was the true middleweight king and who everybody's trying to live up to. Yes, he did lose to Sugar Ray Leonard, who beat him in the final 30 seconds of every single round of their fight. Let's call it exactly as it is. However, the previous 2 minutes and 30 seconds were dominated by a much larger man. But whatever. I start with you, Miguel Antonio Barragan. What is your fond Marvin Hagler memory?
The image of that hat, the hat leading up to, I think it was leading up to the Hearns fight with him with those like aviator glasses during the press interview, and he has that red hat that says war on there, and he's like looking at his, he's pointing to his hat, he's like, this is what's on my mind, this is war, right? And he meant it's on the 24, no, what is it, HBO's Legendary Nights, I think it was the show that they had back there, and they did one on that particular one, and it's funny. He's like, you know, they talk about his issues with adding Marvelous legally to his name, which he actually did, and you know, him doing that, right? All the lip problems that he had in boxing, and one particular memory is him jogging, because he calls training like a training camp jail, so he has to go to jail, right? It says he's like, I gotta go to jail, and he's jogging, and he's like, like calling out his own name. He's like, Marvelous, Marvelous, right? That's what he's saying while he's jogging. And like, I do that. I'm jump roping. I'm tired as fuck. And I'm like, Marvelous, Marvelous, right? I'm trying to like get out a couple of more rounds of jump roping. So just those images of him leading up to that fight with Hearns, and that hat in particular, this is war. That's my lasting memory of Hagler.
You know, that's
Andre
exactly.
Lapachet.
That's exactly where I was going to go. The intimidation factor, I think that he carried into the ring, and then not only that, what he did, or what him and Hearns produced in the 3 rounds, you know, made him legendary. Him versus Roberto Duran, you know, it's another great fight. And there's some people out there, I guess, would say he's undefeated against one of the greatest eras that ever took place for the sport. So. Biggest thing for me was yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth, Miguel. I was gonna say the same thing with the war, the hat. It was just the intimidating look. Gotta somewhat make you a little bit nervous going in the ring with the guy who looks like that, and almost just smooth on every look that he brought. Because even him in a suit, he looked like he'd beat your ass. You know, it didn't just take the hat. You know what I'm saying? So real sad surprise. It looks like there might have been some health conditions that were never brought to light out in the public. So his wife said at the right time she's going to come out and talk about it. Right now, obviously, they're just going through this, but hopefully this wasn't a shock for the Hagler family. There might have been something going on with him.
Well, Lee Honish trivia time. You guys ready? Let's see if Andrew gets it right, because he's been here for that many years. What is the fight that got Lee into boxing, Andrew?
Hagler Hearns.
Abso-fucking-lutely. On VHS tape,
come on.
in a buddy's house on a very random, like, Wednesday afternoon. Did you see this fight? I'm like, I don't watch boxing. And he pulls out a VHS tape, and I was glued to the TV set. Jesus. And then to watch Legendary Nights later on and find out that the fucker broke his jaw and basically told his corner, I'm not going down. I'm not going down, and you're not stopping the fight. That is a legitimate badass motherfucking middleweight. And I'm sad. I was sad to see him leave boxing probably too soon. I'm glad he made money making shitty spaghetti westerns or whatever the fuck it is he did. God knows, he could have been doing porn for all I care.
Not in Italy, yeah. He became a movie star in Italy.
Yes.
Yeah, right. He moved to Italy right after the retirement.
Yeah. Yep.
See, I know my my shit. I was a huge fan. I was a huge fan because of that fight. It's the fight that got me into boxing. It is not my grandfather who was a Golden Gloves fighter. It is not my father having me watch fights later on. It was this fight that I saw with my own two bare eyes on a VHS tape that I felt like back in the day, even VHS tapes were bigger than somehow. I don't even know if that's a thing, right? Like they came like jumbo sized or something. But yeah, I remember watching every second of it going, that's awesome. And I want to watch more like that. Little did I know that it would take, I don't know, another decade before I saw a fight that good. But hey, he's missed. He's missed. He was what boxing should be. It's not about being Mayweather. It's not about being Broner. It's not about being fucking Tyson and his Tigers. It's about a badass dude going, who's next? Constantly. And I know everybody says that about Tyson. Tyson was pretty calculated in the early days. And then he was a little calculated later on. Don't get me wrong. Tyson,
and if I'm not mistaken, right after he beats Hearns, when he fights Munjabi, isn't Munjabi like the number one contender with like a 99% knockout ratio, or right? He has like a tremendous knockout ratio when he goes up against Hagler, and Hagler knocks him out in 1 or 2 rounds too. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. Do you guys remember that Munjabi fight?
I remember it being a war as well. But didn't that go like late? Didn't go like 10 or something like that? Like,
did it? Yeah. All right. I thought he ended him fast, but either way, he beat.
It was a brawl though, man. It was hard. Like that dude was taking some freaking hellacious shots from Hagler, and I mean he stood there up until he went down. Like it took him like 10 rounds before Hagler was able to take him out.
All right. I don't know who I was thinking about that he took out fast, but no, I do remember the record. He's number 1 in the world, and that's right after Hearns.
Now, first of all, I will make a note that this fight happened 1 year later. And as a note, you can go on YouTube right now. Top Rank is giving that fight away for free, so feel free to go watch it. And there is a complete breakdown of that particular fight as well that got released on the internet about that particular fight.
Is that you were talking Munjabi Hagler still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube,
okay.
Top Rank just released it as a fight for everybody to go watch. They think of course it was promoted by Bob. I'll make a buck off of anybody. But what? Yes, Bob, you'll make a buck off of anyone. And the referee for that fight, a very young Mills Lane. There's a fun fact. Huh? You want proof? I've actually got proof. There you go. Here you go. A very young, here's some stills from the fight. A very young Mills Lane.
Did he ever have hair?
No. And he was always a leprechaun. Always. And if it is St. Patrick's Day. Is he even still alive?
Oh yeah, he is. He's old, but he's alive.
Ah, good for him. All right.
Yeah, he's not doing too great, but he's there.
Well, there you go. Did we now cover it appropriately? We called Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, we don't start anything else but Hagler. Yes, we can move on. Rest in peace, but there's nothing that overplays that one.
I don't disagree. That he's a hell of a fighter. He's one of the reasons I love boxing.
Him versus James Toney, I think, would have been one hell of a fight. Both intimidating, both inside fighters, brawlers, beautiful boxers, power. It would have had everything in that fight. That would have been my dream match.
Would it? I don't disagree with you. All right. Well, let's get to the news of the week. Starting on Friday, I know because you all you were guessing and you were up and in the wind about it. Sor v. Rungvisai demolishes Smithsoring, Smasmo. I think we all expected Sor v. Rungvisai to make his win so that when we got to the winner of Saturday, right, there was no doubt that it was going to be that way. Before we get to that, are you surprised that Sor v. Rungvisai beat a nobody, Miguel?
No, not at all. I mean, like this dude. I mean, this guy's 50. He's got a bunch of fights. 51, 58. Was it 58-1 and 27 KOs? So I mean, I haven't heard of him. I mean, I'm not or paid too much attention to the lightweight divisions. I wish I probably did a little bit more. But I mean, I certainly wasn't surprised. I'm sure they gave him, a dude who was beatable. I haven't watched the fight myself, but someone who's very beatable to keep Soaring Visai, his name relevant. WBC has mentioned that he is still or I guess either because of this win or was already the mandatory challenger for the WBC title. So this was just kind of a keep me busy fight, but not surprised at all. No.
Andre?
Definitely a keep me busy fight. I tried to watch. I fell asleep, guys. I didn't get to the main event. It was in Thailand. They didn't have there. It was like they're commentating. It was just really hard to get through. I fell asleep. It almost reminded me of that movie where they have the Ocho. What is ESPN Ocho?
The Ocho.
Dodgeball. It was
Dodgeball. Yes, it reminded me of an episode out of there. That's what I was watching, and I just didn't make it. They kept calling him a global star. Later on, the global star, Sor Rungvisai. I was like, what the fuck? Who calls him a global star? But hey,
coming up on DAZN. Sor Rungvisai. You let him in soft drink, and now he's boxing again. What did you say?
It was
Sor Rungvisai. Watch the preview video where he beats everyone up. You remember him. We called him pound for pound champion for 12 minutes.
That's pretty cool, though. He's a star somewhere.
He's somebody's dad. He's somebody's child, and he's a star somewhere.
He's a global star, man.
That is literally the shittiest thing you can roll out on a human. You're a star somewhere, kid.
Yeah, you're important to someone. Who I don't know, but the bottom line is you are.
You know damn well he walks into New York City. Ain't no one gonna recognize him. You guys, global star, my ass. Fuck out of here.
Which takes us to the reason he fought on Friday. Estrada beats Chacalito by split decisiones. Both Andrew and Miguel were watching it simultaneously along with me. We were all watching it, and I was watching them watch it. I was 2 rounds behind them because the hot feed on VIP Front Row Net was a full 2 rounds behind it. These guys were blowing up the phone, scoring back and forth. I will give you my feelings. Okay, so they fought. It was interesting at best. I mean, they kind of went at it. They kind of went for it's fucking lightweights, dude. It's fucking lightweights again. Like, I just can't stand these guys who weigh like 100 pounds. Like, the shit pisses me off. I mean, for a while, these guys were like throwing blows and could knock each other out. Now, every time I watch one of these guys who's the same size as one of my personal turds is going 12 rounds, and they are literally 5 years from when we were calling him pound for pound champion. That's my hot take. Back to you, Miguel.
All right. Well, that is a hot take. I was thoroughly entertained by this fight. For those of you who don't know or may not recall last week's episode, I actually drove to Texas for this fight. It was a 2-day drive each way. I mean, 9 and 10 hour drive.
Wait, hold on. I want a qualification. How much beer did you drink at the fight?
Not that much. In my room, plenty. But at the fight, not much. I mean, keep in mind, these are like fucking, $9 drinks, for Christ's sakes. So
okay, I'm just trying to qualify this. Look, Tyson Fury is much better to watch while intoxicated than he is to watch unintoxicated. So I just wanted to get a balance on this before, because if Andrew goes, it was fucking fight of the year, I'm gonna ask him how much he drank while he watched the fight too. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. All right, go ahead, Miguel. Sorry to interrupt. Tell me all about the sights and smells and nachos.
They were fantastic. I mean, they were. For starters, the weather was crap. It was windy as all hell, and it was raining. It was cloudy, so I didn't exactly sightsee per se. But I got to the arena. I went down on Friday to the box office to purchase a ticket. They were closed, unfortunately, so I had to wait until the day of. I could have bought them online, but I didn't want to pay the additional convenience fee from like Ticketmaster or something. So I waited nonetheless. I got there Saturday early, got the ticket. I guess one fight dropped from the card, so they actually were going to open the doors like an hour later than they were supposed to. So I had a couple of hours to kill, and I got my buzz on at some bar around the corner. And they finally let me in. Ultimately, I got in, And I bought the cheapo of the cheapo, so I got like third tier nosebleeds. I didn't give a rat's ass.
And
I
you
could
moved
have
down.
snuck that. Well, I did ultimately
What?
move down. I mean, I didn't go down to like the next level, but I moved down as close as I could at that level, which is what I did anyway. But I totally could have. I just, I wasn't sure how. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but they don't give you a ticket now. That's like they just give you a text message, and then you click on a link from the text message, and they scan that in. So I'm like, damn. All right. So anyway, the fight itself was great. Before the fight started, I grabbed myself some nachos. It was fantastic. So I had a great buzz going and some nachos and the semi-okay undercard.
And a hot dog? And a hot dog?
No, just nachos, because I had eaten some like mozzarella sticks at the bar before.
Okay. All right. Just qualifying.
Yeah, I gotcha. And then the fight itself. So I was thoroughly entertained. Of course, I was going for Estrada, so that was kind of where my heart was. I even bought one of those like knockoff red headbands, for Estrada. So I was wearing my shit right. So I was like, I was out there. Yeah, exactly. So I was down there, right? And
you went full native on us, didn't you?
I did go. I get, I sometimes I wear my mascara, my wrestling mascara when I go to some of these fights. It happens. I unleash the inner nerd sometimes. I mean,
Are you in
certainly
your 20s, Miguel?
No, dude, late 30s, man.
Okay,
late 30s.
All right. No,
you put on a Chavez headband if we went to a Chavez fight. I
was gonna say there was my day. Fuck you. Fuck that. I got a picture with Chavez with the band on. And hey Miguel. And when I first took it, my eyes were closed. I paid fucking $30 again to do it again. Get my eyes open. And then I started seeing them like at every fight. What the fuck?
Yeah. You're like, you're welcome for the $60, Holmes.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the question I really have.
I should find that photo.
Was Cecilia Brækhus hotter in person than she was in photos?
Dude, she has no ass. I'm sorry. Sorry. Right. That's the first. I was like, all right, well, this girl's kind of big. She's kind of thick. All right. No, nope, nothing. I was like, slightly disappointed, to be honest. But yeah, that's she does look a little masculine up front. I will say that. If you guys see her up front, she's a little rough.
She's swinging a package. Hot take.
Let's talk about hot dogs, right?
But the way she got beat, I'm starting to think maybe the package was all there ever was out there. And where is she from? Where
Holland? I think she's Holland.
Is it Holland?
Yeah.
Norway, Holland, something like that. I saw
the first fight, and I didn't think much of the first fight. I think I was at the first fight. Jesus.
I didn't.
Andrew, what did you think of Chocolito?
I was gonna start with let's start with Brækhus.
Yeah.
Which one are we starting with, you guys?
Yeah, go ahead and start with Brækhus versus.
Yeah, the champ. What's her last name? What?
McCaskill.
McCaskill.
I was not impressed again at all. I don't understand how she's beating Brækhus, who's supposed to be a legend. Just technically, it's not there. I don't want to say it should have been easy for her, but a jab right hand should have won this fight, you guys. Little bit of movement, stay inside, jab right hand, because the other girl's so wild. She's throwing haymakers. I mean, come on, what is it? This is the Andy Ruiz effect. That's why I didn't want Andy Ruiz to beat Anthony Joshua. You don't want kids to go to the gym and go, why do I have to learn how to fight, throw a real punch? Did you see who's the champ? You don't want little girls saying that. And that's all I see the champ Max Skill doing. I was like shocked that she lost this fight again. That's why I started thinking, all right, was she a hype job? Is she fucking Chocolito times 10? Because she really never had a moment in our sport. Like she came, she had what's her biggest win? I don't really even know who her rival was or anything, but now she's just taking L's. So very unimpressed with her. She should retire. And then the other girl, no, you're not going to be, who is it? Katie Taylor? She's going to go. I mean, she got paid. I'll give her that. Congratulations on making the money, the $1 million check, $1 million baby there, real life story. I get all that, but not impressed. You got to learn how to throw a better combination than what you're showing right now in the ring. women's boxing at an all-time low if that's the champ. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys.
Well, the fact that you keep calling her Massengale, douche.
I didn't say that.
You came awfully close.
Max Skill,
Right.
Max Skill.
It's
Douche.
McCax. No, McCax.
McCack.
McCaskill.
McCaskill.
McCack. Let's go with McCock.
I'm
It's
not
the new
going
dish.
with McCock. That sounds like a burger at
The new
McDonald's.
thing at McDonald's, right? The new McCock sandwich.
Yeah,
That's the porn McDonald's. That's the porno McDonald's, Lee.
Have the McCock sandwich.
Barbecue McCack.
And our new sponsor, Sor Rungvinsai, to talk about it. Eat chicken. See how I tie it all together? That's where the comedy comes from. All right, Andrew, let's move to the main event. We've got the play-by-play, the nacho-eating, buzz-on drinking Miguel Antonio Barragan, who was sitting in the Eagles' nest enjoying the fight. You were glued to the TV set, blowing up, scoring the fight back to him. First of all, Andrew, were you intoxicated while watching the fight?
No, sir. Nah.
All right. Who do you feel won that fight?
I like the decision on wherever it would have landed. Listen, I thought a draw. Okay, that's what I ultimately thought they were going to give this fight. It looked good enough to bring back, you guys. Who cares who won? Who cares who lost? Let's do it again. There's nobody else in the division that.
Really?
Oh, Lee, Lee, you didn't. He didn't watch. He didn't watch. People,
I did
I'm
watch
going to tell you right
I
now, Lee
watched
didn't
it
watch.
on my phone. Swear to you, I watched it on my phone.
He watched it while it was like all fuzzy and positive. Because Lee, this is an outstanding fight. These guys throw thousands of punches. 2,000.
Yes,
what was
they
it?
do. They do. Don't
Lee.
get me wrong. I'm just telling you that these guys 5 years ago were knocking each other out with these punches.
It doesn't.
I gotta watch them.
They hurt each other multiple times, and Estrada I think got hurt more than Chocolito, and that's why a lot of people are leaning towards Chocolito winning this fight. There was more moments where you seen Estrada's kind of wiggle. Am I lying, Miguel? Or have you watched the fight over since being there live?
Just once. I haven't, like, I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to rescore it or not, like, because judges in person, like, they only get one crack at it. So that's kind of what I was trying to do. I was trying to actually score it myself while I was there. I wasn't, so because I was kind of far, I was watching the fight basically on the big screen essentially, and that kind of gave me the luxury of not hearing the commentating. So I was able to basically watch it on the big screen as if I was watching it on TV without the commentators. But since then, I have watched it one time on like with the DAZN broadcast. But yeah, I did. It seemed I kind of did feel like they were leaning towards Chocolatito. Like every other word, it was Chocolatito this and Chocolatito
yes,
that.
The
like,
legend.
Okay,
The legend.
Like, come on now.
Yeah, yes. What they missed a lot, and what I was really disappointed in Sergio Mora's commentating is how much he missed the defense of Estrada. That there was a great job showing of how to block punches with one hand. That man was blocking Chocolito's shots with one glove while countering with his left. He would block it with the right. Bang, bang, bang. 3 shots come. He stops 3 with those same fucking glove. And yeah, it looks like he's getting hit, but he's not. He's rolling. He's in the inside. He does a lot of things, sneaky things that I thought DAZN missed last night that kept him in the fight. Look, like I said, I like Estrada. You know my big fight, you guys, is Estrada. In a way, put that on pause. Do Chocolito Estrada 3. It's a great fight. They look like they have fight left in them. Maybe it goes back to what Lee said. They're old enough to where they're not doing that much damage, but this wasn't Marquez Vasquez. It wasn't at all. So so I say not Sor Rangvinsai by a long shot. I'm done with him. Let him go away. He could be a global superstar over there on ESPN Ocho.
And a spokesman for the McCock sandwich.
Yes. and DAZN has to run this one back. Chocolito deserves it. Listen, it was a great fight put out by him at his age. Do it one more time. I think Estrada has enough in the tank to beat him. Probably the same exact fight, but at least this time they'll bury the hatchet. It'll be over with. And then hopefully he can move on. But look, he gets hit way too much. My in a way dreams of it being a Marquez Pacquiao are starting to slip away.
Okay. I'm just thinking outside the box. Triple threat match. Let's just put them all in the ring, throw a cage around it, and let all three go at it. One man must leave the cage. And then we're done with them. Okay? We're done. Hell, I'll even put him as an honorable mention in the top 10 pound for pound when one dude comes out of the ring.
You can't be mad at these guys, though, Lee. They're doing something the welterweights ain't doing. Fuck those guys. All right? Those guys aren't giving us the fights to two champions like this.
If there were only 3 guys in the welterweight division, I would.
There is. It's only Spence and Crawford, baby. Yeah. There is. Spence and Crawford. That's all we got. And they ain't doing it. This is Spence and Crawford in this division. That's what we just witnessed twice. Where the fuck are they? So, no, I give them props for getting in the ring, throwing 2,000 shots at each other, going 12 rounds. Dude, did you see Chocolito after? He's like, they're like, oh, you were robbed. Oh, my God, you were so robbed. He's like, you know what? The decision is what it is. It was a great fight. I'm happy everyone came in. No bad sportsmanship at all out of this, man. Now, maybe the next day he might have said he thought he won after he watched the replay. But leaving the ring that night, no, this was a success all the way around for DAZN. Only thing DAZN sucks on, Barack and Ock or whoever the fuck those guys. Can we fire these 2 dudes already? I don't even watch them anymore.
Over those guys, dude. I don't even watch it. Every time I see them on, I'm just like this. And then there are times where they're at the fights, and because I saw it live and I was watching it through like the big screen, I didn't see if they were interviewing anyone on the side of the ring or anything like that, right? It does happen often, but I didn't see them there, so who the fuck knows if they were there? But every time they are there, or I see them on DAZN, I'm like, fuck this. Let me switch it to the UFC card for a little bit while I get back, because these guys, man, they supposedly they know their shit, supposedly. But when I hear them, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where did these guys just came? They look like, I mean, they're wearing fedoras and shit. Like, they look like they, I don't know, belong on magazine covers or some shit. It's like these guys, I swear, man, some of the stuff that they say, I don't know where they find these dudes, honestly.
Yep. I totally agree. It's time to. I hope that contract is up here soon. DAZN has to let him go.
DAZN, the Fight Net radio crew will be more than happy to say stupid shit on your next telecast, and it will be slightly more informed. I'm just saying it out loud.
And I think our IQ of the sport goes a little farther than Floyd Money Mayweather's era, right? A lot, they can't drop any knowledge. They say things. They I guess call disrespecting the past, right? When you don't know anything about the past fighters, you're not bringing them up. It's just they've got to go.
The history of boxing started in 1912 when I put.
It's not even, but it ain't even that far back though, Lee. It really isn't. Like I said, I don't think those guys go past 2000 on boxing IQ. It's just, and it's kind of annoying to listen to. And I'm with Miguel. I do not watch them anymore. I'm done. And it was because of this weekend. And you guys should have had me on Sunday because I probably had it all in my head. I forgot what the fuck they were talking about. They were talking before the fight started, and I couldn't get through it. I had to change it. Now I'm losing on what they were talking about though.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what it is they talk about. Like after the second time I hear them, I'm just like, all right, I'm never listening to these guys again.
Well, it's no better than Shapirez and Duez or whatever the fuck their name is on Showtime. The dude who does the show from his tennis shoe closet. I mean,
DAZN has. Wait a minute. DAZN has They have a big platform right now, Lee. They've got Canelo. They've got Joshua, Tyson Fury. Like DAZN needs to really look at their commentating on the American side, the market, and they need to revamp everything, but start with those 2 guys. But no, they are our HBO right now. DAZN they're the ones that are holding the big fights, the biggest fight. I guess because of Tyson Fury, you could say ESPN too, but ESPN handles their shit. They're legends at this. Bob has been doing this. He's the maker of this whole sport, basically, right? Listen to Lee. That's right. That's right. So ESPN, of course, is the front runner in America, but DAZN globally, they need to do better for our sport. They have the names. They have the fights. They got to put some money there. I don't know why they can't go and grab Jim. I don't know why they can't grab even a Roy Jones. Just go to the HBO telecast and bring some of those old guys back. Hey, I know the other ones are dead. It got to go. Even a Teddy. You know what? Teddy Atlas would shut these dudes down, man. Like, go grab Teddy Atlas somewhere.
Listen, Andrew Lapachet. When I was training Mike Tyson,
I was gonna shoot him.
yeah, right.
Put my gun right in his fucking mouth.
Year-old ass.
And by the way,
I
those
said-
lightweight
I
guys
said,
who fought
"Suck on
outside
this."
way.
Yeah.
I don't know how those guys are considered pound for pound.
Defense, this
I don't
motherfucker.
know.
Here's your pick with defense.
He does love that story, though. Hey, if you guys watch boxing, Teddy's brought up that story at least a dozen times in your life. Fuck that. I remember.
Probably the only way you'd actually stop Mike Tyson. Moving forward, because I only have another 8 minutes with Andrew Labouche, the biggest story of the week.
Shit.
That's
Sorry,
right,
guys.
because you demanded it. Julio Cesar Chavez is once again taking on Camacho. What? Are they digging him up from the grave? No. He found his son to go beat the shit out of him in this classic I'm really, really gonna quit match. I'm not joking. This is billed as Chavez Sr.'s last for real. Last.
I went to his
For
last
real.
fight. Fuck that. They already billed that one. You can't do that again.
He
I
did.
was
He
seeing
pressed-
him in L.A.
I read the press release.
It
This
was
is
a whole
his for
tour.
real last fight.
Hey, Lee, it was called the Farewell Tour, dude. It was, come on. He already did that.
Dude, they got a zombie Camacho to fight. This is so
Ay, ay,
stinky.
It's bad. It's bad.
Well, here's the card as it stands right now.
Can you imagine if he
Chavez-
beats his son? He's going to beat up his son. Like,
Yeah.
really?
He's beating
You
up
win
generations of Camacho.
What would be worse, beating up like Camacho's kid, the fact that Camacho's already passed, and like just adding another fucking stomp on his grave, or like Sugar Ray talking about like, oh, if I'll give up my loss or my win to him to Hagler if I could bring him back. Like, I don't know which one's worse.
That's a good question. All right, hold on. I would give up my win over Hagler to bring him back. Non-zombie. We agree, non-zombie. Or Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. beating up a Camacho child. Strong. That's strong.
Yeah.
You know what? In science, there's sometimes one is equal to the other. I'm saying one is equal to the other here. They're both pretty fucked up.
And are they going to go so cheesy as to say that I'm doing this for my dad? Is he
I'm
really
doing
going to
it for my
promote
dad.
this?
Well, he's got both. He's got Omar on the card. Omar is in his trilogy of matches with the shitty guy he can't beat. Chavez Jr. is fighting Bubba.
He's
couldn't
gonna
even find
lose.
Anybody shitty enough?
Chavez Jr. is going to. I got money Chavez Jr. loses.
Oh, so great. Omar loses. Chavez Jr. loses. And somehow Camacho rallies and takes out Senior. What a great night of boxing. Oh, my God.
What a way to end a career.
Or
Chavez
Senior's
losing.
the only one that wins, and he has to keep on fighting.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like, you see, kids, that's how it's done, kids. That's how it's done, kids.
My kids suck. I'll keep on fighting. I think I'm gonna fight Tyson. Fuck it.
yeah, no. I want in on.
Triller,
I
call
want
me
in
up.
on the. I want in on the Tyson Holyfield winner. I want in. I'll fight.
Calls out McGregor after the fight.
No, he's gonna call out. You know what? He's gonna call out Jake Paul. All right, that's where we're at. He's ready for a Jake Paul fight. I'll fight Jake Paul. Fuck me. This is literally the saddest thing in boxing. First of all, how old is Chavez Sr.? He's got to be 108 or
50.
something.
I'm gonna say he's gonna be 53 this year. I want to.
What? Really?
Yeah. Or is he older?
I could have sworn he was older, but fuck if I know. I
Oh
don't know.
shit! Damn, is he older? I might be
I
giving
mean,
him
he
too
looks,
much.
definitely looks younger. I wouldn't be surprised if he was in his early 50s, but I thought maybe he was like damn near approaching 60 already. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm gonna look right now.
Well, while we're talking about that and waiting on it, just remember, boxing history will be made last night.
You're right,
Quebec
Miguel.
City.
58. 58 years old. Damn.
Well, he looks like he's younger. That's for sure.
Get the fuck out of the ring, man. The guy wants to die in the ring.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like Duran. He didn't get it. Was it Jorge Castro got in the car accident? Him and Duran were about to fight, and one of them got in a car accident, and almost died. They're like, all right, we won't fight. There's like,
Is it sad that Camacho Jr. is doing his fucking hair like his dad's too?
No, I'm telling you.
Look at the gut.
Is,
Look at the
is he
gut
gonna
on.
come out? Is he gonna come out to the ring with like ain't no stopping us now, like his pops did?
He's all. I promise you, I'll be in shape. I promise.
Oh yeah, the shape of
Just
a
like
circle.
your son is. Just like your son. Just like your son. I'm going to show up in the same kind of condition that your
Yes.
son shows up.
Yes, I'm representing your son. This is your son. He's vicariously living through me, so he can whip your ass. That's how it is.
And one last quick story because I have 4 minutes still. It's official. Fury versus Joshua has been signed. There is no date. There is no time. There is a discussion. Winner will get 60-40. They've already signed for a 3-fight trilogy. All parties have now put pen to paper. Bob Arum had this to say. Fucking great. I get 3 fights. That's all. It's just, no doubt. 3 fights. Trust me, Tyson Fury is going to lose one of the fights, but he will win the war.
You know, if boxing was a fixed sport, you got to lay your money on Joshua in fight number 1, because if Fury beats Joshua in fight 1, there is no demand for fight 2. Joshua will be a overhyped champion at this at point in his career. So if it is a fixed sport, look for Joshua to pull out a close victory against Tyson Fury.
Miguel, your feedback on Fury Joshua signed, location and date to come, all over.
Well, I mean, I'm excited. This is one of the fights. You know, if you can name how many fights fight fans want to see in boxing in particular, this is one of them. And it's a 2-fight deal from what I read here on this article.
Yep.
So I
already signed, Miguel.
Yeah,
already signed.
So I wouldn't be surprised if, as Andrew said, yes, this is, there's a fixed sport, which it can be at some point, that sometimes and many times it is. 1 win each. Of course, we're going to have to do a third one. So you best believe there's going to be a third one if we get 1 and 1, of course. But hey, fuck it. If we're going to get, we wanted 2, Fury and Wilder fights, we got them, and if we can get 2 or 3 out of these 2, because realistically, after this, what? That's one of the things about boxing. We want to see this person against fight this person, and when they don't do it, it's like, damn it. But then once it happens, then it's like, okay, now what? Well, fuck it, do it again, do it 3 times. I'll take it. I'm good with that.
Especially these 2. It's the biggest fight, Lee, the UK's ever generated. I believe didn't we talk about it was Bruno versus Lewis? Is that the biggest fight they had?
Frank Bruno.
Yeah. So, and that's nowhere near this one. Fury Joshua.
No, dude, that was just like, I think for the WBC title. I think that fight back then with.
But
Lewis, one.
But their celebrity, their star power.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near these 2. This is for everything right here. You know what I mean? This guy,
is a once in a lifetime kind of deal.
Yes, and then there's poor Deontay. Poor Deontay, just like that, his whole fucking future is
Wait, you
done.
mean his big his John Ruiz fight that nobody cares about?
Andy Ruiz, maybe he makes $5 million. Maybe these guys are gonna make $200 million, Lee. They make $100 million each.
He could have made $100 million with one fucking
on
fight.
top of $145 million. But hey, El Heyman, he knows what he's doing over there.
Yeah, no, Steven Espinosa, the calculator.
Yeah.
It is.
Comes
it
through
is.
again.
It's funny how all those PBC
fitting.
guys been quiet for years. Their fan base used to be so loud on the internet. Now it's crickets. And I don't know where he goes from here because he's nowhere near touching these belts for the next 2 years. Because even say Tyson beats, say one of them wins twice, right? Outright, bam. We already know who the guy is. He's the king now. He's not fighting Wilder next. Nope. He gets probably 2 warm-up fights because he just had 2 mega fights. Years before Wilder even talks about fighting the winner of this fight.
I agree. Final words. I start with you, Mattel. Do you have a new toy? Miguel Antonio Barragan.
It was a great night. It was a great weekend of fights. Particularly the Chocolatito and Estrada, of course. I actually had Chocolatito winning on the scorecards by 1 round. It was a 7-5 kind of deal, or 2 points, whatever. So I was happy that, Estrada got the victory. Of course, I was going to complain if it went either direction. It just so happened it went in the direction of my fighter. So, of course, I was ecstatic. There was a UFC card as well that was actually pretty damn good. I was kind of flipping back and forth between watching the fights live and the ESPN app on my phone. So it was a great weekend of fights on top of my, trip. So I'm glad to be back in Vegas.
Happy birthday, Miguel.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, happy
Hope you had a
birthday,
good
Miguel.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Big party weekend for you.
Yeah.
Andrew
With that-
Lavache.
With the sad news that was delivered Saturday on the passing of marvelous Marvin Hagler, I think Estrada and Chocolito did him justice in the fight that they gave the sport. They went to war. They did 12 rounds. Their sportsmanship was solid afterwards. It was a good way to send Hagler out.
Mm-hmm.
We turn now to our Heaven correspondent, Larry Merchant, for a quick Marvin Hagler moment. Jim, the Marvin Hagler, John the Beast McCoffey fight, I scored it 126-12. He's not here in heaven, Jim. Back to you, Jim.
He is in heaven. You're such, you know what?
At fight.net.radio, and if it's your first time listening, this was pretty much a tame show by our standards. I'm just being perfectly honest. And don't forget to go to McDonald's and try the new McCack sandwich with their new sponsorship from Sorvi Rungvinsai. He's huge in Thailand. And one last time, go to Queen Victoria Market, not the Queensberry Rules Market. Just mention Geloso Gelatarium. And Fight Night Radio's preferred gelato supplier and undisputed, undefeated, unified gelato making champion of the Southern Hemisphere will give you a bucket of cream slop